Hey guys, welcome to another English commentary done by Diggity. This is going to be the losers match of Group E in MSL Season 4. And of course, spoiler if you haven't seen them up to this point, on Loki II, side note, it's between Memory and Luxury. Memory aka the Mania MST, and Luxury. Anyway, quick side note, I'm going to be doing some commentaries fairly quickly here on the UCSD LAN tournament. I'm going to be doing one of the starting matches and then the final match most likely. Would have had him out yesterday actually, but I was exhausted from doing the 9 commentaries over the weekend. I would have had him out today, but the first time I attempted recording them, my mic wasn't working and it took me a while to figure out what the issue was with that. I still don't know what it is. Restarted my computer and it started working again. And then the second issue was the video wasn't recording the second time, so who knows. Anyway, this match between Memory and the Mania MST, and actually I'm going to pause here just a second, so just to double check to make sure my audio is working. And as a matter of fact, it is. Okay, I didn't want to go through all that and then once again have the audio not working. Anyway, Luxury. A lot of people remember Luxury from a lot of matches. He's been playing really solidly lately. I think he's extremely good versus Zerg. And so it's going to be really entertaining to see him. I think he's going to play July fairly quickly in the OSL. I'll double check that in just a second here. He's just a really all-around good player. He's been playing really well lately, and honestly, he's going to be a fun match with Memory. Memory, last season, he ended up going to the round of 8. He ended up losing to Mind there, and really across the board, I don't think he's that fantastic a player, except when it comes to dropship play. Really what his forte is if there's any sort of hole in his opponent's play, he finds that hole and exploits it. He's just really, really good at that. And across the board, whenever I've seen a player make a massive mistake, he ended up beating Zerg actually last MSL, or was that the OSL? I don't remember. I think it was MSL. Beat Zerg because he just got a drop in his main. Looks like he's going to fast expand. Wow, yeah, going to fast expand on Luxury, and we'll see if Luxury's going to 9-pool. Luxury's actually gone for a standard 12 hatch. That's an extremely risky maneuver by Memory. Basically, it's just assuming that he was going to go 12 hatch, which I guess is a fairly safe assumption on this map, because you have the protected and unprotected secondary. You're just going to assume that he was going to go into a 3-hatch build, and putting it down before you even had a barracks up. Absolutely insane. So that'll put him way ahead early, because Luxury, he's already dedicated to that 2-hatch build. My guess is that Mania will have something up. He is a very creative player, I will say that. And that just shows that little creativity. We'll see if he can defend his base, though, in the meantime. And it looks like Luxury is going to go for a 3-hatch build, so Memory really predicting that out extremely well. Luxury, as you can see, still has that Jones, still going to try to harass that barracks, because really if he can stop that barracks going up for any moment whatsoever, he might get a really, really good harass off. And this is a really creative build, I have to say. I don't think I've ever seen this build in Pro League where you went for early command center then 2 barracks, because obviously the command centers provides you the psi you need, and then the barracks, and I definitely know I haven't seen it on Loki II. I've seen fast expands, but not, I can't remember the last time I saw the straight fast expand without a barracks, and that's extremely balls by Memory, and that might just be enough to put him ahead to take this match, because basically the medic marines that he's going to be producing are going to be out that much faster, and he's going to be able to put that much more of a drain on Luxury's res, and in the meantime he's blocked that ramp off. He's not going to let Memory see whether he's got that 3rd hatchery going or not, but honestly Memory's already dedicated I think to kind of an early medic marine push with this build. I think he's just going to go straight into 4 barracks, put down the academy simultaneously, and then just push directly in. And as you can see, he's producing some marines right now. I wouldn't be surprised to see 2 more barracks go down immediately, or maybe just a 3rd barracks, but he's going to be rushing fairly quickly here. I almost guarantee it. He's going to try to do a very, very fast time push. As you can see, Luxury realizing that's kind of what Memory's up to. He's already going to put down that sun colony, but again, you can't count Memory out, because he might, I'm saying he might be going for a timing push, but in reality what he in reality could be doing is in fact going for a really fast dropship push into that protected secondary. And now he had those 4 marines going up, going to pull them back now, continuing to pump there. getting an academy up, and we'll see if he puts down that third barracks immediately after this academy or not. Layer tech already going up for Luxury in the meantime. Luxury only has that single Sunken colony down, so getting gas, and surprisingly enough, because Luxury hasn't pushed up with what he's done, and putting down an evolution chamber as well. So it looks like he's going to go into that, going to go for lurkers and probably more of that savior type build we've seen as of late, where you see basically 3 expansions. He might go for a 4th. The question is, where does he put the 4th now? Comsat Center, now the 3rd barrack going down, more supply depots being produced, and my guess is we're going to see Luxury take a drone out, get down a 4th hatchery someplace. Really, that's what he needs to kind of sustain this sort of build, and then immediately quickly go to hive tech. Looks like he's going to put down a spire. This Mutalisc harass is going to come somewhat later than usual, and he's probably going to use the Mutalisc harass to kind of cover while he's putting down that additional hatchery. And here comes the push from Memory. Memory's already got the 2 medic marines and rest of the force. He hasn't. Looks like he's just completing the engineering bay, so he'll be well prepared for any Mutalisc harass. Luxury's actually going to have that Mutalisc harass out fairly quickly. Not as quickly as he would normally because of that evolution chamber, and really I'm surprised he put down the single evolution chamber. Maybe that doesn't indicate he's going for that hive build. I think he's leaving that as an option open. I think he might just be putting it down because he doesn't want to get kind of in that upgrade deficit. 3 Sunken colonies going down. Actually, I don't think this is going to be enough to hold. Luxury going to push up, and they're going to have to pull some those drones off the line, and we'll see. And Firebat's there as well, going to take out a lot of those drones. If he can take out that second Sunken colony, that might be it for Luxury. The second, another Sunken colony up, and now surrounding all those units with drones. Going to lose a lot of drones here, and that's going to hurt his economy, not a ton, because he does have that protecting secondary, but those drones were the difference there. Whew! Realizing he had to pull off the line, just barely hanging on by the skin of his teeth there. We'll see if Memory basically supplements this fairly quickly, and I think that I'm kind of curious how much that's going to affect the Mutalisc harass if he's going to try to resupply. He's obviously not going to have as much resources as he would have otherwise, and really he needs to worry about protecting his front, not going out in the field. If he goes out in the field, I think Memory's going to exploit him. Factory down, which indicates to me he's probably going to put down a starport fairly quickly, and I would not be surprised if instead of putting, going to scan, see that layer up, see the Mutalisc coming in short measure, I would not be surprised instead of going for science vessels if he did in fact go for that dropship. Queen's Nest going down, so he is in fact going for that hive tech, and really I think he needed to get one. Usually when you see players do this, they need one more expansion, and when they get that one more expansion, it's with the Mutalisc press, and he's going to go pressing out with those Mutaliscs, but he needs to be careful doing that because his front door extremely stable. Looks like he might be thinking about going and picking off Semitic Marines. He's produced a lot of Mutaliscs here. That's a huge group of Mutaliscs, actually, much larger than I would expect otherwise. He really wants to. I think that's more for defensive purposes than offensive purposes. We'll see. That's a lot more Mutaliscs than a standard harass. Really going to probably dedicate to it. Able to pick off a couple of Medic Marines, and that is going to give him the time he needs on his front, putting down 2 more Sunken colonies. So really what he needs to do is he needs Luxury. He's going to beef up his front door and press into hive tech, but I still don't feel like he has enough the resources really to sustain either. Well, he's going to have to go Defiler Ling. If he goes for Ultralisk, he's just not going to have the resources to kind of dedicate to that. And now, looks like he got a scan off. He does have the starport up. Looks like he's going to lift it off and pull it back. Going to stim pack those Marines and try to push them into the Mutalisc. And right now, Luxury's just going to go out and try to do as much harassment as possible. In the meantime, catch as many Marines that are floating out in the open as possible. And he's doing a fantastic job of that. He hasn't lost a single Mutalisc since taking out a ton of Marines. Looks like he lost a single Mutalisc there, but that's still a huge group of Mutaliscs out in the field. And I think this is now upgrading to hive. He's managing to do this where other Zerg players have failed. He's putting the pressure on the Terran players still harassing their economy, still taking the Medic Marine, taking a lot of Marines down instead of just leaving them be, which I think might be the difference for him. But he still needs to expand one more time to really sustain any sort of Defiler. I guess he could go Defiler Ling decently. Looks like actually science facility up, so I was incorrect in my dropship call. 4 barracks up, and it looks like Memory is pushing his late game. He's just going to start pumping science vessels. We'll see if he gets a second starport. But though with that really well-sized Mutalisc attack, I'm not sure if he's going to predict this coming. I think he got a comsat off there. I'm trying to remember in my brain if he got a comsat off there on that hive. I think he did. Now he's just trying to chase down, take these Mutaliscs out, so he so basically he can move about the map unharassed, and so he can also take that protected secondary. 2 engineering bays up, a couple SCVs out in the field going to be taken down by those Mutaliscs. And Luxury doing a fantastic harass here. A couple of those barracks Zerg's not actually producing additional Marines. Luxury, in the meantime, as you can see, going to push out. He was going to try to take that third expansion in that upper left-hand corner, which has been standard play from Zerg players. Just going to that upper left-hand expansion and hoping that their Terran opponent didn't see it. Now putting up the Ultralisk Caverns, but I don't think he's going to have enough to sustain that attack. He's going to be okay for upgrades, it looks like. But really, three bases and Ultralisk only doesn't contend with, in my opinion, with the starport. And just trying to take out that engineering base so he doesn't end up getting hurt as far as the upgrades go, and it looks like he's going to be successful in doing so. So that's a boon for Luxury right there. That's going to buy him a lot of time and also upgrades. Doing a fantastic job with this Mulus Harass. Uses another two Mutalisks finally, but still enough. Actually, no, now pushed in. Just going to try to do as much as he can. Looks like he lost another. And continuing with this Mulus Harass, that was just building those extra Mutalisks has really kept him in this game. Now Memory, having to pull his Medic Marines off the field, has effectively stopped the additional engineering base going up, which has stopped those upgrades from pushing through. And if he can do that, even with basically the fewer Ultralisks will do better. And he's stopped that starport as well, and that's really what's hurt Zerg players when they've gone this build in the past. Now he's expanding to the bottom right-hand corner, which is exactly what he needs to do. He needs to get that other, just one more hatchery up. Basically needs to get that extra gas to get that out. Now producing Zerglings, pushing him out in the field. Looks like they have level 1 attack. Doesn't look like they have level 1 weapons. I'm not sure where Memory's doing on upgrades. We haven't seen a Marine. Memory producing a tank, interestingly enough. Trying to get that. He hasn't finished that second starport. And there's the dropship into the protected secondary. Didn't see that on the map, and